Okay, well, welcome back to Desolace. I should have... By the way, this shield looks awesome. Like, on the back of our character like this, I like it quite a bit. I think it's pretty cool. We're one level away, by the way, from being able to wear the Herod's shoulders also, which is cool. We will not be hitting level 40 today, unfortunately, but we're going to get close-ish. So let's see. Mana potions, deviate fish. Why do I have these things on this character? Sure. I had some things here that are going to expire soon I wanted to pick up. We need more for the scope. Let's grab that. More minerals. Okay. Iron bars. All sorts of stuff. Okay. But this is what I was really looking for. I got some solid stone. I sent over some more iron ore. But importantly, the shellfish, which is the... gets us the 10 of 10 on the shellfish quest. It's not actually a quest we have. But let's see. Over here, what we do is we turn in the shellfish to get blood belly fish, I think is how this works. We can talk to this dude. Alright, fish in a bucket. Rewarding anyone who makes my life a bit easier. I enjoy doing as little as possible, man. Blah blah blah, get the drift. For every 5 shellfish you bring me, I will give you a fine blood belly fish. We also got 55 silver. That's cool. So, I wonder if that's what those bots do. I wonder if they just collect these and then just turn them in for 55 silver. It's a pretty easy thing to set up a bot to do that, right? To just literally go around and click those cages. There's our buddy. I believe here is a bot built to farm the shellfish cages of the coast of Shadowprey Village. Please investigate. Thank you for your time. I mean, that's my guess. That's really annoying. It's really frustrating because it's a nice quest, and it's if you can't, it kind of stinks if you can't do it because there's bots that are all over the place all the time. Normally, if you go there and there's someone already farming it for their quest, they'll leave after a bit, so you're not really competing permanently. But in this case, yeah, you're kind of competing permanently. Alright, since we're kind of down in this direction, let's try to do the Portal's Banished quest. I think we'll do that. Portals of the Legion. And we also need to turn in the Catch of the Day quest back at not Shadowprey. Oh man, I'm suddenly forgetting the name. Ghostwalker Post. So I want to go back to Ghostwalker Post to turn in that quest, but along the way, we'll run through the Mana Rock Coven. We'll try to do this quest. Whoops, what am I doing? Turn off these things. Okay, there we go. This Portals of the Legion, so you click the little thing with the hand of Rexos. Excuse me. Oh man, I'm like dying over here with burps. I don't know what's going on. Okay, sorry about that. So you turn in, or you complete the first step of the quest by clicking the portal, by using the hand, but then it summons a demon, and I think you have to kill the demon to complete the banishment. I think we can do this. It's kind of a tough quest. It's a weirdly difficult quest, even though it's only yellow. I seem to recall it being kind of tough. Oh, you know what? Also, while we're here, we should do the Broken Tears. Let's do that first. This is actually the correct... I don't know, I try to have, like, you know, I always talk about the order of operations or doing things in a logical order. And what we need to do is get over here, this cave. You'll notice these Gelkis are now aggressive towards us, which is not surprising because we killed a bunch of them. But we basically need to drop down here. I think we can do so without dying. So just, and then we need to run up this cliffside here. I don't think there's any other way over there. I think we have to go this way. I mean, you can go around and down. There's a path here, but I think up this ledge here is the only way into the cave. I'm going to try to aggro as few of these mobs as possible. I don't really feel like fighting a bunch of them. There's a lot of mobs in the cave we're going to have to deal with anyway, probably. Oh, crud. Alright, let's just do this. Alright. I'm not going to totem up because of patrol, and I just want to kill these guys and kind of move in as best we can. I still need to do this. Even if I have to click it manually, it's kind of a weird hotkey for me over here. I think having Earthshock rank 1 on my hotbar is important. Mithril deposit, where is that at? Ooh. I kind of really want that. But I'll probably have to fight a mob to get to it. We'll deal with that in a moment. Let's do this. Oh, stupid totems. Alright, that's fine. I might get the mithril on the way out. Ooh. That guy got stabbed real well. But I want to... So if I get that, how do I get this? What's the... Did my totem get killed again? It must have pulled aggro. There's no real easy way to get to this without fighting these guys, probably. That's okay. We'll do it on the way out. I don't want to do it right now, but I don't think anyone's going to take it in the time we're inside here. Alright, we've got a lot of ore and bars and mineral things we'll need to take care of at some point soon. I'm hoping to hold off on that until 40 as best as possible. Let's just totem up here. Okay. Get a little bit of damage on this. Okay, there we go. Let's finish this. I just wanted to make sure my totem doesn't pull thread again. I like to keep it up for the entire fight. It's a little more convenient, you know. Alright. So these are the tiers. There's 2 of them right here. It might be a 3rd one deeper, but sometimes I think I've just waited because the 3rd one's fairly deep. Looking for more strat XP run. Need level 52 plus mage. Okay. Yeah, I would say 52 mage is probably minimum for strat. I mean, I don't even think it's minimum. I think level 55 is what I usually think of as the minimum for strat home. People can do what they want, but I would say 55 plus. But if you're like at a bunch of 60s, you can carry a 52 easily. Alright, I guess we're gonna whack this guy down. There's another one. Perfect. Okay. I think we will go deeper in this cave eventually for the next part of this quest. I think we go all the way to the end of it almost and kill like a named mob or something. It has been a while, but I think that's the case. Ooh, it's a good vendor loot. Awesome. Alright, well, we're done with the broken tier, so we can keep moving on. Let's go grab that mithril vein that we found. And Panda's going to join us, as always. Let's just rebuff. So I think I'll drop down the other side of this cliff here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I think I can do this. Like this. I think I can. This might work. Hold on. I'm stuck. I got kind of caught up on that thing there. Okay, let's just walk. I do tend to walk off cliffs like this because sometimes you'll fall closer to the cliff by walking. And the mithril is over there. Whoops, I almost attacked the wrong mob. I don't think we're going to be able to dodge these guys, so just punch them in the face. Okay, I think he was immune to my Icy Blast. I saw an immune pop up on the rock guy. It's probably my Ice Blast thing. Yeah, I need to get a shield spike in this bad boy. Like the best shield spike with the mithril, I think is the highest you can get. I really need to get that. As soon as reasonably possible. I need to go to probably level 40. I'll go to a major city, Orgrimmar, and then get some help from someone. That'd probably be the way to do it. Alright, solid stone, a skill up to mithril ore. That's what we're talking about. A little more mithril ore. Kind of a weak vein, that's okay. And then I think the actual way to get out of here is around this way. I don't want to fight any of these guys if I can help it, because I just don't care. They're not great experience. They're a little annoying to fight sometimes. And I would rather do the quests that we have stacked up, which are already kind of low level for us, because we kind of out-leveled the zone before we got here, so trying to skirt through things as quickly as I can. Alright, so now let's do the Mana Rock Coven quest. Yeah, let's do that. So probably do Mana Rock Coven, turn in quest at Kodo Graveyard, go up to Thunder Axe Fortress, get the, or no, go over here, turn in this quest. Thunder Axe whoops, ran into a rock, or Kodo Bones. Yeah, so we got the tiers. We'll do the Hand of Eruxos quest here. We'll go east, turn in the tier quest. Go up here to Ghostwalker Post, turn in the Hand of Eruxos. Go north to Thunder Axe Fortress, get the light, the scepter thing, turn in the scepter over here. And then we might do Naga quests up here. That's probably the way to do it. And we'll eventually circle back down here to do the next step in the quest line that we're working on already. I'm going the wrong way. Those packs of hyenas are kind of scary. Probably could take them on or at least escape pretty well, but I'd rather not accidentally run into them, you know? So I gotta keep an eye on that. Let's see. So yesterday was Super Tuesday in the Democratic primary. And, you know, I don't really talk about politics much on here mostly because I've mentioned this before. I don't want people to believe that I don't care about politics. I actually care a lot about politics, and I spend a lot of time conversing with friends, family, random places on the internet. Is it Tin Vein? Where did that go? I don't think I care about Tin anymore. But I have a lot of involvement in politics. Donate Mithril Vein. Awesome. Mithril Deposit, I should say. You know, I've donated to campaigns in the past. I do have a strong interest in politics, and I think that it's really important. I've always had pretty good value in it. I've always seen pretty high value in being involved in politics, but more so recently. I think the last 5 to 10 years I've been more interested in it. That was a good Mithril Vein, by the way. We got 4 hits on it, so we got 4 ore, and then we got 7 solid stone. That's one of the better ones. Whoa. Okay, we're stocking up on the mithril today. Let's go around, I guess. I don't know how to get over here. I don't really want to aggro this big bopper over here. I think we can sometimes sneak up this thing. Like if you kind of get on the edge between two, like a hillside and a building, you can sometimes hop up it. No, that's not going to work. Alright, let's do this. Actually, let's rebuff first of all. I'm going to go the long way around, because if I go this way, if I go clockwise, I'll probably aggro that guy. I don't really want to deal with him right now. Those Infernals are pretty high level, and they hit pretty hard, I seem to recall. So let's just go the long way around. It's absolutely worth picking up every Mithril Vein you can reasonably get to when you're looking for skill ups in mining. It's just so annoying skilling up mining if you don't take the little bit of effort to pick up the easy ones you see along the way. But now I'm wondering if there's not a bunch maybe around Mana Rock Coven, because we've seen 2 very quickly here, which kind of surprises me. But I'm pretty psyched about that. So anyway, Democratic primary. You know, it looks like for the Republicans. Sorry for people that don't care about politics. I don't usually talk about it, so we're gonna have a short chat about it because it's kind of on my mind. It looks like for Republicans, Trump's gonna be the nominee. That was pretty much already like a foregone conclusion a while back. I don't think there was ever any real. There was 1 or 2 people that ran against him, but they dropped out early on. I don't think it was something Weld, maybe one of the guys' names that ran against them. It was sort of pointless. The whole thing was set up that Trump was going to be the nominee. Like the Republican National Committee, RNC, is it committee? Convention? The RNC already, determined they wanted him. It is what it is. It's reasonable, I think, for a party to stick with their president. It's like, yeah, it's probably worthwhile. Alright, before we get any further in politics, here's one of those portals we need. I'm going to set up my totems now, and I want to see how this works. How big is this guy? I can't remember if he's a total beast or not. Level 38. Frostbite does not slow attack speed, right? Slowing movement only, okay. Oh, he resisted my earth shock, okay. I wonder if they have a high earth or nature resist. Oh, doesn't seem like it, because I blew him apart that time. Well, that was fine. Might as well bandage here, get some mana back from my mana spring while I'm doing that. Okay, so those guys are not really a problem for us. We can crush them pretty easy. I was a little aggressive on the shocking, but there's really no downside to doing that, and it's fine. They're kind of centered around this lake thing, so we can kind of just keep doing this, which is great. I'm probably not going to drop the mana spring anymore, because I think they die pretty fast anyway. I thought it'd be a longer fight for some reason. So, I've never really revealed my political interests, I don't think much, but I more recently align with liberal policies in the US and therefore the Democratic Party. I was raised as a conservative, and I grew up being as a kid, I remember this, but even as a teenager and even young adult, I recall being, a pretty strong believer in voting for Republicans and conservatism. That changed over time. Obviously, if I'm talking about being more of a Democrat now, he does resist. They have a decent nature resist, it seems like. I don't know. Maybe I'll resist, who knows. But my problem is, so let's put aside all the social things, right? So we can talk about legalizing pot. We can talk about legalizing gay marriage. We can talk about legalizing and or government funding of contraception or abortion, right? So these are all what I would consider social things that have a lot of, I think they have a lot of economic implications. So I think it's more than just social. But let's just say those are social things for now, and I don't want to talk about those for the time being. So let's look at my totem blasted this guy and then despawned, and that guy didn't aggro. That was cool. I was kind of worried that would happen, but that worked out. So let's find more of these little portals. I'm trying to find the easy portals, the ones that I don't have to fight mobs to get to. We're already halfway done with this quest, so it's going well. I know there's more on this north side, and I think this is probably where I want to go for these. So let's look at not the social aspects of politics, but let's look at the fiscal aspects of the two parties. I need to look this up because I think this is true, but I need to verify this. So my thing, the reason why I was raised to like Republicans, I think, was because they ran under the policy of fiscal conservatism in terms of, let's control the budget, let's not overspend, let's cut unnecessary things. Okay, sure, I can get behind that. I think on a conceptual level, that sounds really good to me. My problem is I'm not convinced that modern day Republicans, follow through with that anymore. When I look at the current U.S. budget, I look at the spending, I look at the deficit, I don't see evidence that Republicans are cutting back on spending in any sincere way. We're not at a surplus. We're accruing debt, and I don't actually think having government debt is a bad thing. I think it's good that the U.S. government has some debt. I think it's more advantageous to use that money than just have extra money sitting around. It's the same way that you can't really compare government debt to household debt. I think that's a fallacy. I don't know if that's the right word, but a problem a lot of people make. They make the comparison that, it's bad to have household debt. It's bad for individuals to have debt, so why should the government have debt? I don't agree with that. When you can get debt at extremely good interest rates, some debt can be good in a way, especially on a business level or a government level. So I think it's a mistake to blanket say we shouldn't have any government debt. The problem is when that debt, there's a point where having too high of a debt to GDP ratio is really bad. I don't know if we're there yet. I don't think we quite are. But I do think we will be there someday if we don't figure out what's going on with our, the revenue and the expenses of the U.S. government. And the truth is, I know the debt, for example, went up a lot under Obama, but he also is facing one of the worst, literally the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. And he did not cause that. I think some people still will blame Obama for the financial crisis, but he came into office after the financial crisis had already kicked off, right? That's not really up for debate. And, okay. So he came in, the markets had already started to crash, the housing market had already become a problem, and this is all, after just as he was coming in, just after he came in. So, yes, the debt went up, but I do think, overall, I think it was handled fairly well. There were some problems. I think the Cash for Clunkers program, for example, was actually a big failure. I think people don't realize that. It maybe sounded good on paper, but in the end, it just kind of undercut the used market and kind of ripped it apart to the point where it became hard to buy. The price of used cars went up. So in the end, it's sort of, it might have been a stimulus, but these guys are resistant a lot. It might have been a stimulus program at the time, but it ultimately caused a lot of problems for lower income, middle to low income families, because the used car market got kind of wrecked by it. These guys drop a lot of random rock things, by the way. Lifeless stone, smooth stone chip, jagged piece of stones. Kind of funny. Let's bandage. We got one more to banish. I need to find another. There's a good one, maybe. One more portal. I'm kind of rambly here, because there's so much I could talk about with politics, but what I guess I'm saying is that for the time being, and I don't really plan to permanently align with anything. Like, I'm not like, I'm a Democrat for life. I'm more like, well, I'm going to kind of evaluate every election cycle and find what's best for me. Right now, I align with Democrats more. I think that'll stay true for the time being, largely because of social issues, which I don't really feel like getting into today. But the end result is that Super Tuesday came and went, and because of the consolidation of the moderates on the Democratic side, a lot of them dropped out just before the race. This is very obviously a well-timed, well-discussed strategy to drop out to try and pool resources towards Biden. I think it's not a conspiracy theory. I mean, it's plainly obvious what's happened, right? This isn't a conspiracy that, it's in the back shadow, is like the back alley dealings going on. It's like, no, I mean, this is kind of how parties work. They, at times when needed, will consolidate resources and push for the person they think is best. I'm pretty confident that Amy Klobuchar, which I think I say her name wrong, and Pete Buttigieg, if Joe Biden is the nominee and he ends up becoming president, I would be very surprised if those two are not involved in his... Ooh. We might follow these guys and do the escort quest of the Kodos, since they're kind of... I think they reset somewhere down here, and they're heading back that way to reset, so let's maybe do that. Sounds fun. I like the escort quest. It's kind of a fun, cute one. It's not too hard. You get through this area. It's a little bit rough, but it's not too bad. But I'd be very surprised if Pete and Amy are not on Biden's team in some way if he takes the presidency. People will say that may be a scandal or that might be, some sort of evil thing, but it really is how party politics work. You're in the same party. You sometimes, seed something. You like Pete's like, okay, I'm not going to win this. I'm just pulling resources away, pulling votes away from Biden. I'm going to step back. If he wins, I will, be a member of the party. I'll move my way up. I'll be secretary of something. It really is how politics work, and I don't think that is inherently evil or wrong. But it is frustrating. But I will say that. So I am voting for Bernie of all people, right? So I mean that might be surprising or not. I don't think he has much of a chance of winning at this point after seeing most of the Super Tuesday results come in. I'm not really surprised by that. I don't know if I ever had a strong expectation that he would win the primary. He might still, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not perfectly in love with Bernie's policies, and I think some of his ideas, like forgiveness of student debt, I think, here we go, they're circling up. I think the idea of getting rid of student debt by itself is a terrible idea, unless you follow up with a way to keep the debt from recurring. Alright, they're respawning, they're resetting. Do they have a quest for me?
Hurry back.
Supercellar's back. What you got? First of all, let's vendor off this junk. Make a little bit of space. What does this guy sell? Mystery stew. Ooh, this guy does have some cool stuff. Are these worth anything? I'm looking at the recipes here to see what I can sell in the auction house. None of these really have a lot of value. Scrolls. It's kind of cool though. You could come here, stock up on a bunch of scrolls, a bunch of random recipes. Kind of neat. I don't think there's anything I really need. But I don't see a quest. I could have sworn they offer an escort quest. Maybe they take a while to reset. That's too bad. I really would like to have done that quest. It's a nice little escort quest. Or maybe you have to complete some other quest to enable this. I don't know. Let's head out. I don't see it popping up. So I like a lot of his policies. I honestly think I've been slowly convinced that a single-payer healthcare system is a good option for the U.S. I say this because I know there are millions and millions of people that don't have healthcare. And I know there are millions and millions of more people that have bad healthcare or that only have healthcare because they're employed and the healthcare either is bad or the job is bad. And that means either the person isn't doing something that they want to do with their life. And I don't really want people to live a life where they're doing something they don't want just because they get healthcare. I want them to hopefully find a job that they love and they're passionate about, so they'll do a better job at that job, be more productive, and then be a better member of society while also getting the healthcare they need. So there's just all these situations this year. People have bad healthcare, no healthcare, or maybe good healthcare but a job that they hate, and they don't really care if it's a good job, if they're doing a good job or not, because they're getting, a decent paycheck and healthcare that is good, or they're obligated basically, because the healthcare is good and they can't afford to risk losing it. So I feel like there's got to be a better system. Is Medicare for All the better system? I don't know. I don't know if that's the better one, but I'm willing to vote for someone that is trying to make a significant change to the way we do healthcare, because I don't think, I have great healthcare. My healthcare is ridiculous. I work at a university, and my healthcare, my wife and I, we pay collectively, we pay about we pay $150 a month on our premium. Our out-of-pocket maximum is something like $2,000 a year, I think, for our entire family, for both of, total between us. And we are at one of the best, our in-network is one of the top healthcare systems in the world. We need healthcare, we will call up our doctor or send go on their website and be like, hey, I need an appointment. They'll get us in quickly. It's great healthcare. It's amazing healthcare. It's cheap. The copays are minimal, sometimes none. The deductible is really low. It's like $500. The specialty visits are like $15 or $10 copays, which is incredibly good in the U.S. Sometimes they're free, depending on what we're doing or what kind of specialty. I mean, we have really good healthcare. And I know a lot of people that don't. I know people that spend literally $2,000 a month on the stupid premiums for the two people that live in their household, and they have an out-of-pocket maximum of $8,000 to $12,000. They don't have that in savings. If they had a medical crisis, they would be financially ruined, flat out, even with insurance. And that's messed up to me. I'm sorry if I'm getting a little soapboxy. The point being, I don't know if Medicare for All is the best option, but I'm more than willing to vote for someone that's at least recognizes that there are significant problems. And even if, Bernie doesn't win, I'm hoping he pushes people enough to say, hey, healthcare does kind of suck in the U.S. Maybe Medicare for All isn't the ideal situation, but let's think about other solutions. Let's recognize we have a small problem or a big problem, and we need to work on it. I think that alone will get my vote, I think. So I don't know. So I think the whole Super Tuesday thing that happened this year is really interesting. It's really, really interesting. I enjoyed kind of following what's going on. It's still, today's the 4th, so Wednesday, so a lot of stuff's still rolling out. So I'll follow up on it later in the day. But anyway, let's get back to WoW. So this is Warrogue. We saw him last episode, and we're turning in our Broken Tears quest, and we got the tears. Now the Gelkis will know that the Radris will not help them. She will not cry when we crush them. The Magram will rule. Bring an advanced target dummy to Warrogue. Oh, dang it. I remember this stupid quest. I forgot about that. Okay, I should have known that. Alright, well, we're done with this quest for the time being. We need to get an advanced target dummy. I will need to go... I don't think I can make those yet. You know what, I'm going to do that real quick. Just real fast. Sort of real fast. Let's not get aggro on anything. Let's make all this solid blasting powder. Since we've got 15 of them we can make up. This will also free up some bag space, which is nice. because those things, what is it, 2 of those make, yeah, it'll save up 1 or 2 slots. Oh man, this is a terrible spot to stand. I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna go to Ghostwalker Post and then we'll do this. I'm gonna get some more skill ups. What I'm trying to do, I want to eventually get to 210 so I can at least learn this deadly scope recipe that we just picked up from my mailbox. But I'd like to learn the advanced target dummy, and then maybe we can just make one ourselves. It's probably cheaper. Although I think... No, you can get fused wiring from them. I don't think you need fused wiring to make them. That would make no sense. But when you get an advanced target dummy, you place it. When it breaks open, you can loot it after a minute or 2, and sometimes those will drop fused wiring, which is a fairly valuable engineering component. I don't think it's worth a ton, but it's worth a little bit. I don't know what specialty I'm going to do yet for this guy. I kind of want to specialize in the ones that are bind on pickup, which is gnomish, but at the same time, I want a lot of the explosives that you can get from goblin engineering for PvP, or just for like random funsies. I really love that like goblin sappers and those iron grenades are like incredibly popular in PvP now, or even in PvE. I saw people using sappers on Nefarian, and those were not a thing that I recall at all in vanilla. I didn't PvP a lot, but back in vanilla, I don't have any recollection of people using iron grenades or especially sappers, especially not in PvE, but I don't recall it in PvP either. And so it's just like, it's a whole new meta. Classic WoW is such a different game in so many ways, and I find it kind of cool, kind of interesting, you know. So yeah, let's turn in our, I think we have a quest turn in here, right? Maybe it's on this end. Yeah, there it is. Catch of the day. It's like, I think we do. I don't know if there's a follow-up to this. It might be the end of the quest. Alright, what do I want? I guess I want mithril ore, because we'll actually put that to use. Yeah, that's the end of that quest line. Okay, that was easy enough. I think that quest was purely to get you over to Shadowprey Village. I think it's pretty easy to not see Shadowprey Village. I totally used to miss it. So, kind of nice to go grab it. Now we want to do the Scepter of Light, which is an easy quest. We're gonna kill like 3 mobs. They're all like level 29 to 33 mobs, I think. They're just at this Thunder Axe Fortress, so just run up there and punch them in the face. Then we'll go over to the west, turn them in at this tower over here, and then I think we'll either start or we will complete some of these Naga quest lines. They're not... Yeah. Start working on them. Hey, there's Rexar. If anyone's looking for Rexar, I found him. He's always hard to find, but there is one quest that I use him for. Every class on the Horde side would use him for the... I think it's the Onyxia quest line, not Molten Core. I'm pretty sure it's Onyxia. Now, let me check something. So I think the only tower that this guy can be at that we need is this tower here, just up on the screen right now. I don't think this tower has the guy we need. I think it's only the one up here. I'm not 100% sure on that. I've never really looked around for other places. I just know I always go to this one. But I think that's the only one he's at. I don't know. I think I'm going to aggro these guys again. Dang it. Okay, well. This is probably going to pull someone too. Dang it. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. That's probably fine. Okay, whatever. Okay. Let's do this. Alright. So we need to get up this tower. It might be a mob. Yeah, there's just like a mob down here. Actually, that might be the mob we need. I thought it was upstairs. Maybe it is down there. Oh, whoops. I thought that might happen. It's okay. Easy kills are fine. This might actually be the mob we need, but I thought it was up on top of the tower. Let's pull this over to us. Maybe, sort of. Let's see. Burning Blade. Augur? No, okay. Upstairs. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's upstairs, but then the mob's name kind of like triggered something in my brain. It's like, well, maybe. Let's Let's move our totem up here just in case. I don't want it to shoot stuff down there. I know our other totems could pull aggro, but they're less likely to than the one that literally shoots mobs. I think this has a longer range in the aggro radius of the totems. Alright, might be another, yeah, sure. So I think this is the right spot. The seer, yep, that's right. Exactly who we need. Okay, so we're gonna have to kill like 3 more of these guys. They're fine, they're easy enough. We're not getting much experience this episode, it seems like. Alright, just totem up. Sure. Yeah. So, we're almost done with this quest. We'll go turn in, and then Naga time. We might have enough time to get through. What did I just do? Oh, oops, I got there. There we go. I had the wrong tab clicked here for a while. Let's line of sight these mobs best I can. Alright, let's grab our Scepter of Light. Ooh, Flayed Demon Skin. You can't carry any more of those items? I already have one of those? When did I get that? I don't know how long I've had that. Probably should pay more attention to these things. Ooh, Curse. Curse of Thorns. 50% chance to take 35 to 58 damage on attack. Well, that stinks. Bring the Flayed Demon Skin. The Corruptor. This is an elite quest, I think. Marvin Bone Splitter. I don't know. I think that is someone that's at the Kodo Graveyard, I think. I might be back at, she may, or she, I think she may be back on the West Coast. Ghostwalker Post. Okay, so with that in mind, let's just hop over to this little ledge here. Let's reheal. With that in mind, do we want to go to the Kodo Graveyard? Or do we want to go off to the west? I think for now, we'll go west. Because I want to turn in the Scepter of Light, I think, and work on those quests as much as we can for now. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. It's kind of a nice little path here. I never really noticed you can sneak along the west side there so easily. We have picked up, I'm looking at the map here. Only iron in the center of the zone, and only mithril in kind of the west and southern parts of the zone. That's not really surprising. It's a little bit higher level down there, but it definitely seems like a pretty solid split, down here. So, kind of interesting to keep in mind if you're looking for iron or mithril. I'm sure there are. Do we still get skill ups in these? Yes, possibly. I think there are guides online that I know there are guides online that will tell you a little bit more about where to go for your mineral needs, but we'll take what we can get. Another skill up, I'll take that. That's what I'm really looking for from these iron nodes. I don't necessarily, to be honest, the iron is useful also because it does make iron grenades, which sell pretty well in the auction house. So I can't really, let's see, where are device explosive iron grenades? Yeah, they sell for, market price for 2 is 30 silver. It's pretty good. For low level stuff, that's pretty solid. So I think now, we have all of the quests for the ocean, the coastline over here. Rackmore's quest, Clambait, Other Fish to Fry, and the Scepter of Light. We'll probably go do the Scepter of Light first, which takes us up here. Do we do that? No, we want to get the Silver Key and Golden Key first, I think. I think we want to do that first, because the chest is actually up where the Scepter of Light quest is. The Elusive Scepter of Light. Your acquisition of it has removed a grave threat to the world. Well done, Shaman, well done. Get to the Book of the Ancients and return it to... Okay, get the Book of Ancients, okay. Yes, I know this quest. This is an island. Yeah, we can do this easy. Alright, so let's start. We're just going to work on killing the Slither Blades down here, I think. And getting soft-shelled clam meat. But what I wanted to do is finish up a couple things. No. There we go. let's make all these ups. These kind of skill ups we get. I'm hoping to get a decent amount of skill ups off this. I think we wanted to get to like 190 at least on this, but to be honest, we'll make as much solid blasting powder as we get skill ups for at least. And if it's yellow or like green at 185, we'll just keep going because there's really no reason not to skill up on it. We're gonna have it. It's really no use unless we turn it into blasting powder. So if you hear like a scraping sound, I have some I don't have socks on right now, and I've got like this old pair of house slippers that are under my desk, and they've got like kind of a hard plastic floor like grip to the bottom of them, and they're loud on the wood floor. Oh man, my arms are sore. I mentioned I think the other day I went to the gym. It's like a couple days ago now. I'm gonna go again probably tonight. I went after not going the week before, and I did everything that I would do normally in a week in one day, and I am sore. Alright, let's just start killing these guys. I don't quite remember exactly where all these things are for these quests, but I think I want to start swimming out into the ocean out here. Underwater breathing is going to be super nice. Or I guess just water breathing, as it's called. Our bag's going to fill up so fast. Because what I want are these clams, I think. Water breathing, let's go. Water walking, whoops. Water breathing, there we go. I was like, why is my breath bar still going down? Soft-shelled clam. Soft-shelled clam meat. Okay. Sorceress, let's start doing it. Alright, so we need to start killing all these mobs, right? We need to kill the sorceress, we need to kill just a bunch of them. I mean, really, it's quite a bit. They cast nasty spells, but they're all kind of squishy for us at this point. I did this quest on my druid, and I missed the water form so badly. Aquatic form, so nice. I will settle for underwater breathing, though. Did it dispel me? Scroll of intellect. Alright. Ooh, fish oil. What is that? Used for water walking. Okay, that's fine. I need more water breathing reagents, which is shiny fish scales. Oracles. We don't need oracles, but I think they drop. I think the oracles can drop what we need for the Rackmore's quest. I think. It really has been a very long time since I've done this quest. No, I actually think I want to go this direction. I think I want to go towards this boat, because I think there's a lot of clams over there. We need Naga, Myrmidons, Sorceresses. Okay, so we need all these things. There's a clam. So we're basically going to swim around. Basically, I'm reading stupid world chat. Man, people are idiots. We're basically going to focus on killing mobs, picking up shells. Because ultimately, we need to get all those, and I think these drop from these mobs. I think. The silver and golden keys. But I think each one can only drop from a specific mob. I think just oracles can drop. Why do I need to look that up? I have this like weird feeling that those pincer guys over there, the dry snaps, can drop the key. One of the keys. I'm pretty confident one of them can drop the key. One of the keys. And so I might need to go over there and kill those. I'm gonna look it up real quick and double check that. Rackmore's chest. Let's see what happens. Get him. Got him. Shiny fish scales. Nice. So we're actually getting our reagents back for our warriors. We don't need warriors. We don't need warriors. Need myrmidons. Myrmidons? Yeah, let's get that. Okay. Rackmore's chest. Hold on. Wrong quest, I think. Ends Rackmore's treasure. Yeah. Poisoned. Oh, that's annoying. Take care of that. Alright, so I want to go this way, because I do think this is a good I seem to recall this boat being really nice for this quest. What what I'm looking up is I think the keys only drop each key from a specific mob type, and I want to double check this. Silver keys drop off the mech or crab people. Gold keys off the nagas. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking for some reason I needed to kill these dry snap dudes, and I couldn't remember why. It's for the Rackmore's quest, so I might as well go down here and keep killing them until I get the silver key, and farm up any giant soft shell clams. Gonna get some experience while we're doing this, which is nice. It's pretty... I mean, these are not bad quests. They're underwater quests, which tend to be annoying, but at least for Shaman, we have underwater breathing and water walking. Warlocks have underwater breathing. Actually, I think Warlocks do have a spell called underwater breathing. I think ours is water breathing, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're both just water breathing. But at least we can breathe underwater. This makes it much easier. If we were undead, that would also be kind of nice because they have that 3 times longer underwater breath, the racial. And as a druid, it's the best case because you just have aquatic form, which is really, really nice. So we'll take our time on it, but we will do a lot of stabby stabbing underwater. Alright, got a few screenshots for the thumbnail. Yeah. You know, I've been trying to gear up my druid for tanking purposes, and he's actually pretty well geared. I've got some MC gear on him. He's pretty solid. I've got nice stuff. I've got enough gold now to buy a warden staff, and I plan to buy it, I think. It's not that much better than the Dire Maul tribute run. I think it's a two-handed mace, I think is what it is. It's not much better. It's really only barely better. But it's a little bit better, and it's the best in slot for all of Classic, I believe, for a druid tank. Which makes it nice. Like, you know, I can buy it now, phase 3, and just have the best weapon for my bear tank forever. That's a pretty, like, appealing thing, just to be done with that slot forever with that character, for tanking purposes. So I may end up getting it and spending, it's like about probably 350 to 450, probably closer to 400, 450 gold. I may just do that soon. But it's just a lot of money to spend. After that, there isn't a lot that I need on him. I don't have Devil Sar, and I don't have a good necklace. I need to get the Onyxia Tooth Pendant. I actually want to roll on it on my druid, and I was going to take it for my off-spec, which is tanking, but I felt kind of bad because I beat a roll, if I'm for my guild, I beat the roll on a guildie that was needed for his main spec. And I was like, man, it feels kind of bad to take main spec gear away. At the time we were doing open rolls on Onyxia's head. We've since moved to a DKP system, which, by the way, I think DKP is one of the worst systems you can use for raid loot distribution. Anyways, now it's DKP, so now if I outbid someone, it's whatever. I don't feel as bad, but we still, even then, kind of prioritize main spec versus off spec. Less so on tier 1 stuff now, like Molten Core Onyxia, more so on Blackwing Lair stuff. Anyway, so the point being is I passed on it. I kind of regret that a little bit, because like, it's actually would have been a nice upgrade for my tank necklace. I have the Woven Ivy necklace, I think it's called. It's the one from one of those elite quests in Hinterlands, Jinta lore quests. Anyway, so I passed on it, but I need that necklace, and I don't have Devil Sar sets, but I have good hands and pants anyway that are good. That I'm basically losing out on. I think 1% hit is what I would gain, and a little bit of attack power if I were to get the Devil Sar set. I don't know. So I'm not sure exactly how I want to gear up my tank, but I really like tanking. It's a lot of fun. I like tanking more than I like DPSing by far, and I like tanking more than I like healing, but I think I like healing more than DPSing, which maybe I'm weird, but I find it kind of fun. I don't know. I've enjoyed my time as a raid healer, but at some point I wouldn't mind, especially when we got things on farm status more. I mean, we do have it on a farm status, but at some point, main tanking like Onyxia or some Boston Molten Core would be kind of fun. Awesome. We got the silver key, so that eliminates that. We're not going to finish this quest before I end this episode. We're probably just going to log out in the middle of the ocean because we have a ton of rested experience anyway, and yeah, we have a ton of rested experience anyway. What I'm doing now is swimming back north because we don't need those dry snap, what are they called? Dry snap crawlers. We don't need anymore. We only needed them for the Rackmore Silver Key. So at this point we'll head north, and we're going to kill the Naga we need and get the clams we need. We're basically just gonna swim around here and get as many clams as we can, and we're gonna keep doing this until we get all the clams. As another one, it's like 100% drop rate, which is nice. And we also need to get the golden key. Once we get the golden key, then I'll swim straight up to this island, turn in that quest, turn in the do the Book of Ancients quest, and then finish off a Naga on the way back. But for now, I'm just going to keep killing Naga until we get the key. Since we kind of need to be in this area anyway. The hardest ones to find, I seem to recall, are the Myrmidons or the Sorceresses. I think it's the Sorceresses that are the hardest to find. And so far we found a couple already, so it's not been too bad. Like I said, it's not a hard quest for us, thankfully, because we're kind of high level for it. But Naga, Warrior, Naga. Cool. Let's get this guy. Is that also a Naga? Sweet. Yeah, it's going well then. I'm gonna kind of swim over this way. There's a shell over here I want to get. I like earth-shocking things, or just like shocking things in general. We should probably, at some point, try out elemental spec on this guy. It'd be kind of fun. Cure poison. Alright, underwater breathing is ended. I'm gonna recast it, but I'll let my breath bar go down a bit to save on the, save some reagents. I don't want to keep burning through these if I can help it. It's a warrior. We don't need that. Warrior. I don't need that. It's another clam. Let's get that. We're almost done with the clams too, which is nice. We're working through these quests pretty well. But does it make sense why I'm not using my reagent yet? Because this basically gives me a free minute of underwater breathing. Because as long as it doesn't hit 0, it doesn't matter that it's going down. So we can just let it go down for a bit. The breath bar, and then pop water breathing, and we'll be good to go. As long as we do the next 10 seconds or so. There we go. Easy. Alright. There's a Myrmidon. I need him. That's what I was kind of looking for. I was like, where are the Myrmidons? There's another one up there. Let's probably just swim through these guys. I don't think we'll aggro. Oh, resist. What a jerk. Okay. There's also the Sorceress up here. So this is a nice little island for us right now. Anyway, while we're here, I'll quickly thank my Patreon supporters, especially Timothy B, Luke D, and Chris S. They're my top level of support, so they get that shout out by name every episode. Oh my gosh, this guy is so annoying. There we go, got him. And by this guy I mean the Naga, not the Patreon supporters. Those people are not annoying. Yeah, so I do appreciate it. Everyone's support, but especially those three get the by name recognition. I'm just gonna blast that. Oh, okay. I was like, it's gonna aggro this guy, isn't it? Yeah, that's okay. I just need that stupid gold key. I'm appreciating getting all these extra reagents though. The fish oil and the what is it? Scales? Shiny fish scales? Yeah, I'm appreciating that. It's kind of nice. We got Rend or Hamstrung. This guy's gonna escape if we don't kill him. So if I didn't blast them, I'm gonna get up here and drink for a moment. Another Myrmidon. Perfect. Alright, so Naga, Myrmidon, and Sorceress. This is awesome. This is a nice spot. I don't know, where are we at? We're at approximately 3223 is the coordinates. If you look at the map, it's kind of this little island close to the tower, off to the west anyway. It's a good spot if you're doing this quest, apparently. Come over here. You can get a few mobs up here pretty easily. Alright. We're good and drunk up. Let's pull... wait, what? I could have sworn I saw a mob we needed here. Huh. Maybe not. Or maybe it swam away. Alright, I saw a shell down there too. I might go grab that if I don't see another one quickly. I'm probably going to find those on my way to the island in the northwest pretty easily, so I'm not super worried about the shells as much. But some of these Naga can be hard to find, some of the Slither Blades. There's a warrior, don't need those though.
This
4 more Myrmidons, 2 more Naga, 1 more Sorceress after this one dies. Not bad. Alright, healing potion, fish oil. Getting a lot of random loot. It's kind of cool. Alright, there was a shell over here. Let's go get it. I could have sworn I saw the Naga I needed. Maybe I'm... Yeah, there he is. Right? Let's do this. There we go. Perfect. So we'll get this guy done. No more Naga. Oh no, we do need 1 more. Okay. After this, we'll get our last shell. So, warrior, shell, yeah, sweet, it's fine. Get him. Got him. Still no golden key. We'll get it. I mean, if we get all these other quests done, we don't get the golden key, I'll go up there and do Book of Ancients. Just because I'll kill some Naga along the way, clearing out for that quest. Trying to think what else I want to do. I might head up there anyway now. We don't need the golden... we don't need the shells anymore. I want to get hit by these, aren't I? Let's do this. This is fine. Alright, Myrmidon. We need these more than anything right now. And Sorceress down there, start kind of swimming backwards towards it. A little silly, but it's fine. Okay, dead. Looted. 2 more, or 1 more Sorceress. Okay, we'll get that here. These quests really, like I said, these quests go well together. That's why I was trying to group them all at the same time. I'm trying to minimize backtracking over areas. I know I do that a lot anyway, but this is... Oh, nice, we got our golden key. Okay, so at this point, now I definitely just want to head over to the island. Because now, we'll probably kill Naga or Myrmidons over at the island a little bit. I think there's a few. Or we might see them along the way. I wish water walking didn't drop off from any damage taken. I guess it makes sense though. It'd be kind of a ridiculous PvP advantage in some areas if Shaman could hang out on water and pew 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 people and not get attacked back, you know. There's a mithril deposit here? What? Why is there mithril here? I didn't expect to find mithril in the open water, I guess. There's a Myrmidon. Let's go ahead and... I'm using so many water walking buffs by casting and then going into combat, but they're cheap enough. You know what? Maybe I will be a little cheap on it. Maybe I won't engage any mobs right now. And I'll just go to the island since we're almost there. But I'll keep in mind there's some Myrmidons over here, right? Razortail Myrmidons, okay. Yeah, so around the mithril node that I've marked, that's now marked on the map, thanks to our add-on, I can kind of just come back here and there's at least a couple I'll nab to rebuff while we're heading up here. So this is the island. I believe the chest we need is over here, and then the Book of the Ancients is on the north side of the island. We're gonna have to fight a few of these mobs, it looks like, unfortunately. Maybe quite a few. It's a little annoying. But I'm pretty sure the chest is... Oh, it's right there. Okay, I knew it was around here somewhere. My memory for these things is pretty good. I want to save my cooldowns, like berserking, for when I engage the quest mob for the Book of the Ancients. I think it's kind of a beefier mob. Alright, the chest is securely locked. Yes, the chest opens to reveal Breckenmore's treasure. The shield is a downgrade. Oh, I get both these things, that's right. Okay. That worked out okay. All done. Thankfully I had 2 spots for those keys that, you know, got exchanged. That worked out. Alright, so what I'm looking for is that thing. Yeah, that's it. Alright, let's do this. I'm expecting this totem to shoot a bunch of other random mobs, but that'll be fine. I'll deal with that when it comes around. Oh, poisons. What does that do? 11 inch damage with every 3 seconds? I didn't pay attention. Not a big deal. I've been frost shocking these mobs. Oh, fish scale. This is awesome. I love all the reagents I'm getting. I really do. It's really nice. Alright, we're gonna blast away this guy. He showed. Okay, I was like, I don't think these guys are ranged. I don't think they have a ranged component. Oh, it's a Myrmidon anyway. Even better. So we have to click this thing, it summons a bad guy. So before we do that, we're gonna want to clear these two mobs at least. The bad guy isn't huge, but he's a beefy enough guy that we don't want to get caught out with like other mobs whomping on us if we can help it. There's another Myrmidon, which is great. Yeah, this is what I was saying, is I thought we might engage some of these mobs over here, so we might as well hold out and come over here and do these quests, and then we can swim back and finish off whatever else we need. Alright, I think we're pretty good. Let's do that. Might as well just rebuff for now while I got a second. Let's just set up camp here. We'll pull up this hill maybe for the mob. Yeah, this should be good. Okay. Yeah, I like the spot. We might be able to just summon him. I don't know. I don't know which way he spawns, but I'll clear this out just in case. I don't want to have... I need to kill this Myrmidon anyway for the quest. Let's just do that. Let's also pull this one. Let's pull it back as far as I can. Good. That works. Interrupt. Blast them. Yeah. Alright. And then the Myrmidon's the last one to clear out this little spot. I'm just gonna lightning bolt him from afar, or relatively far. I guess it's not that much of a difference in range. What is it, 30 yards to 20? Yeah, it's 50% increase, so it's a difference. Alright. Let's get another totem out, one of these totems, start blasting. I love that meme. It's like, I think Danny DeVito, where he's like, so then I started blasting. It's like, pew, pew, pew. I find that meme so funny. Every time I see it, I think it's executed quite well. I'm always very impressed with that meme. Of all memes, there's a lot of stupid memes. That's a stupid meme too, let's be honest here. But it's something about that one, it gets me. It gets me a lot. Like, I just find it very funny. Alright, we're almost good on water. Let's redrop that totem. I think he might spawn to the left of where we are right now, over this way, and he might come up here. It might aggro that Naga, but I think we're okay. I think I can handle whatever he brings. Oh, never mind. He just hangs it right there. That's fine. Lord Kragaru. I could have pulled him without those other two mobs in the distance that we killed, but to be fair, I needed one of those anyway for the quest, so it wasn't a huge waste. But yeah, they're actually quite a bit easier than I realized. Got him. Got the book. Oh, we're officially full on everything. That's horrifying. I need to get some space in my bags real quick. Alright, let's go back to where we came, and we need to kill now just a Naga and a Myrmidon. That should be fairly easy for us. Let's water walk, let's rebuff. Like I said, I want to go back to this Mithril. I mean, I guess I go all the way back. Yeah, maybe. I may end up hearthing. My bags are really full. And hearthing would give me the option to get a little bit of rested XP for what we used up today, which was not a lot, but maybe a fifth of a level's worth of it. So this is about where I saw Myrmidon. There's that Myrmidon. Let's get him. Just do this. Couple blasty blasts. He's gonna whack me. I'm gonna fall into the water. That's okay. Oh, I dodged. There we go. Now I fell in the water. We can finish this guy off. Good. And now we just need a Naga, which I think we saw... I know we saw back near the shoreline. I'm so lazy with these things, but it's so nice being able to just water walk. It's like, I don't care. I actually think I have more reagents going into this than I did coming out, just from... or coming out than I did going in, just because all these mobs dropped fish oil and fish scales, which is really cool. So seriously, I'm psyched that we have more of these reagents now. I could always buy them on the auction house too for pretty cheap. They're not worth What are they worth? Maybe not even a silver each. 2 silver maybe for the fish oil. I mean, yeah, they're not worth much. A warrior Naga, perfect. Let's mark them. I have my middle mouse button set to the skull targeting. I think I've mentioned this before. I think that's the best use for the middle mouse button. Unless you're PvPing a lot, then there's probably a better PvP use. But for my purposes, I really like having it for PvE. It's so nice just to quickly mark a target if I'm in a 5-man or whatever. Scroll of Strength, that's kind of nice. We're just going to use that scroll and then do this. Okay, so now... I guess we got a lot of quests to turn in. Whole bunch. Because I want to get the gizmo for Warog. And the best way to do that is to just go to an auction house. Since I can't make him yet anyway, just buy it. Let's turn in the Book of Ancients quest, and then I'm going to Hearth. This will take us back to Orgrimmar. I can go to an auction house, buy what I need. And next episode we'll buy what we need, then we'll fly back down here. We can turn in that quest, turn in all these other ones. So let's quickly do that. I think this is the way up. Pretty successful episode. We got about 20-25% of the way through a level. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quests essentially to turn in. Got some, no new gear, but a lot of stuff to vendor, I guess. Alright, I'll turn in both of these, and we'll get a shoulder piece that is 9 agility, 5 stamina, which is probably not better than our Herod shoulder. Will be, and cuffs that we could use as caster gear. 5 int, 4 stamina, 4 spirit. 5 int, 4 stamina. Yeah, that'll be an upgrade. So those cuffs would be better for our caster set, which is nice. Gain a little bit of armor, but we mostly gain 1 intellect, we gain 1 spirit, and 4 stamina. So it's probably worth it. Let's astral recall. Yeah, so at this point we'll go get our, call it a day. We'll go get our gizmo for Warog. Empty our bags, and then we'll come back down here next episode and turn in as many of those quests as we possibly can. Our buddy is dead, so nothing for me to kill there. I wonder what an advanced target dummy sells for, and I wonder what level of engineering I need to train it. Maybe I already could train it, but I just haven't learned the recipe yet. Masterwork target dummy. But I need an advanced target dummy, so this is not what I need. What usable recipes are there for engineering that I don't have yet? Ice deflector? These are pretty cheap. Let's just buy these. Sure. This might be something you purchase somewhere. I'm kind of lazy sometimes, though. And I just like to buy things. I do want to check one other thing. Recipe... I just do all... I love looking at recipe usable items. Okay, some cooking stuff. Nah, that's fine. Don't care about that. Alright, let's go vendor off a few things. Let's go learn our recipes we just purchased that were probably inflated pricing. Repair. So we're going to vendor off these shoulders, these wrists, these old bracers, the cod, the shield we're not going to use, the staff we're not going to use. I think that's all we're getting rid of. We need to get someone to open that box for us.
Goodbye.
Alright, and then... the other thing we can wrap up today. Let's learn both of these. 210 is the Mageweave Cloth recipe. So let's learn schematic shadow goggles. Okay, learned. An ice deflector. Added to our collection. Now I need to get to 210 first aid, start making Mageweave bandages. We should be able to do that pretty easily with this. So I'm going to let that run through real fast. Before we go back to Desolace, we should also, off camera, I'll probably smelt up all this ore. We've got mithril ore, iron ore. Probably consolidate all that. Probably a good idea. Maybe make some heavy blasting powder. Alright, once we get 210, we'll stop making these. Done. And now we can learn these. Alright, well, I'll do some off-camera smelting. But anyway, that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.